Well, hello there. How is everyone? I hope you're all well. You amazing, beautiful, wonderful people. You look amazing. You are amazing. And we're getting straight into the meat and potatoes. But before we do, I had some comments yesterday. I had some comments saying, "Oh, you're still talking about the Jay Slater case? Oh, I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave. I'm going to come back in a year's time and see if you're still talking about the Jay Slater case." Failing to address the fact that yesterday we did a video on another case, Noah, who was a young man who was found, dead in the road, naked. Um, Pay attention. I do multiple videos a day, and not all of them are on Jay Slater. Yes, we do cover the Jay Slater. We are covering the Jay Slater case. We did over a year of covering the Idaho 4 case nearly every single day. Jay Slater case at the moment is something that I hold close to my heart because I don't feel that justice has been sought after fully, and I believe there's a lot of questions in this case that need to be addressed. But as other cases come up and offer the same kind of issues and things, if people want to come out to me and say, look at this case, which you are starting to do, then I will of course do that as well. But tonight we are going to be talking about the Jay Slater case in a live. If you do want to join us, it was a live that I was going to do a few days ago, but due to illness in the family I did postpone it. But I'm back and raring to go. But anyway, let's get straight into the meat and potatoes. As video one earlier addressed the fact that Debbie Duncan has come out and she is talking about things now. And it does appear that she has the same questions as what we do, which is absolutely fantastic. I know that she's going through the ringer, she's going through the mill, she's had to face some things being sent to her, very similar to the Jack O'Sullivan situation, where these fucking vile wankers coming out and saying, "Oh, we've got your son, send us money, you'll never see him again, he owes us a load of this and load of that," and you get this. And not to be mistaken with social media element where we are asking questions, we're talking about the things that were brought up by the likes of Mark Williams Thomas, and question, and hold on a second, you said that was a massive statement to make, we're questioning it, you've fucking done a 360 and got your ass out of Dodge. And yeah, do you know what I mean? We are asking questions. We're asking questions because we don't feel that this is 100% right, and it would appear that now the family don't. And I can only guess that if mum don't, then dad's going to be spinning out. He's going to be worse. I imagine that he is flipping the shit out and probably wants to start knocking some heads together, like Rocky and Bullwinkle, for instance. But look, that she made a statement which we touched on at the end of the first video, and that it was dark. Was it dark when Jay left? Did he? Because if it was light and he was able to see everything, he would have seen the train. You can look out over it and you can think, nah. And you can clearly see where there's bus stops, there's going to be people about, there's the road, there's civilization. There is civilization. There are people about. But he apparently goes in a direction that is in totally the opposite direction of anything that he was due to go towards. Do you know what I mean? It made no sense. And I've always questioned, was he compos mentis? Was he fearful of something? Was it, why was he there in the first place? And I cannot help but conclude that Jay Slater ended up at this place. Now, he either ended up at this place against his will, or when he arrived there, it was then against his will. And it was then about him getting out of there. Ayub Qasim had stated Jay Slater arrived alive, he left alive. In fact, I think this, what we started looking at earlier, actually goes on to state that on here as well. Just to refresh people's minds. Look, Qasim 31, who is alleged booked the Airbnb under a false name, later said Jay came to the house alive and he left the house alive. But the grieving Debbie said, I would like to speak to them probably in time. I would ask what was happening in Jay's mind and why did he leave. Now, Ayub Qasim was talking about this. you know, the parent sister Jay suffered a tragic accident, referring to a comment about taking Jay back to the cottage. Kasim said, took him home. No one took him home. No one, bro. He invited himself. Think, bro. Use your head. How am I feeling after this? It's mental, mate. It's actually mad. Do you know what I'm saying? It's actually mental, man. Um, you know, what was Jay Slater doing with 30-year-old guys? Do you know what I mean? Why did he go back to this place? And it just happens that they are convicted drug traffickers. Jay is in a position where he's out at this rave in a place where we know that there are handoffs of narcotics throughout here. These are places where things are pushed. They're places where these things are sold, and they're places where people can get in debt. These are places where people can lose shit and have to answer questions. And Jay Slater got separated from his friends. And what I find funny with respect of Jay Slater's mum is that she doesn't have the answers. And you would think with Jay Slater's friends being there, if they are absolute friends with Rocky and Bullwinkle, you know, they know them, they can vouch for them, why wouldn't they be able to pacify Jay's mum to say, look, Debbie, you ain't got nothing to worry about, mate. They're sound. They're sound. There's no issues here. This is what happened. We split up because of this reason. Jay wanted to go off with these people, and the rest is history. But that apparently hasn't happened. None of those conversations have happened. And all of the friends that do seem to be around Debbie are questioning the narrative here. They are turning around saying, why didn't he charge his phone? What was he doing there? Why did he leave and go in the wrong direction? And these are all very valid questions. And why in the blue fuck shit bollocks was Rocky and Bullwinkle, why was it deemed that they were irrelevant to the investigation even before Jay Slater was found? That to me doesn't make sense. It's indicative of an investigation that wasn't being done properly. There'd already been decisions made about what the outcome was going to be. You know, we've got a family now who have lost their son. He goes on holiday. There's loads of questions around it. Absolutely loads of questions around it. Questions they are having are questions that we are having, and they don't make sense. They were stopped from seeing him because of, you know, of the condition that he was found in. They've got his fingerprints. Apparently he was found down an inaccessible ravine, but it was accessible to the point where he got. It makes a lot more sense if Jay Slater indeed left there in the dark of night. Do you know what I mean? And couldn't see where he was going, and he was running. He was fearful, and then he falls in broad daylight. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because you can make a decision on, no, I can't go no further. We've laughed and joked about the fact that even the dog fucking was able to stop and was like, no, I can't go that way because I'm going to fall down there. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that the point where that dog stopped is the exact point that Jay fell, but what I'm saying is even a dog was able to navigate that terrain and was able to stop at a point where it knew it was going to fall. And I believe that if Jay was fully compos mentis, it was absolute broad daylight, he would have not fallen because he would have known where he could and could not walk. That's just my mindset. But you add a few other little elements in there. He's scared. He's not compos mentis, and potentially it was dark, and he didn't actually go missing when everybody said he did. And there was perhaps people who stated that they'd seen Jay when they actually hadn't seen Jay, and some other people are potentially not telling 100% the truth, then the whole story changes and the outcome does make more sense. Let me know down below what you think, and I'll catch you all in a live in a few hours' time.